Is going live, guys. This is game number 3 between UCCS and South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. It is going to be a TVZ on MLG Shakur's Plateau. As we wait for some players and spectator, I'm going to guess it's most likely my teammate Ophidian that's taking up so long. Okay, guys, spotting at the bottom left, we have ProfessorOak, the blue Terran. At the top right, we got the Zerd player from South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, Mr. PsyMarth. As far as I know about both of these players, I think PsyMarth is the captain of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, so I expect probably the best player potentially from him. We'll see. As for ProfessorOak, he is our best Terran player from UCCS. And he's probably at the moment the best player we do have on the roster, so expect maybe quick play, maybe some interesting play. We do see that a 10 supply depot drop, so nothing too out of control unless maybe he goes 12-14 2 racks. I doubt it. It's not 2 racks is really not that efficient anymore. Looking at the production over here at PsyMarth, he is just kind of growing up. Just kind of basic standard style play. You see Overlord's flying the bases. He's going to scout cross position, let the Overlord find out if there's a base over here at this side of the map in which it won't find it. Just very standard play. SCV is going out to scout. 13 gas most likely to drop momentarily. Looking at PsyMarth, is he looking to take an expansion potentially? Yes, he will be. Looks like he's just kind of dancing around the drone until he gets 300 minerals, and he's probably going to throw down that natural, and there it is. There it is. There it is. So, as we do see that PsyMarth got in there, was able to poke a little bit and prod. Gas is almost up for ProfessorOak. Again, this is on MLG Shakur's Plateau, so the supply depot is at the bottom. Nobody can control it. It's just in the way to prevent players like, well, we're not going to name any names, but some players like to 3 racks all in and bottom ramp supply block. I wonder who would do such a noobish thing and get themselves to master. Anyways, back to game. We do see that PsyMarth is getting the gas up. Will be interesting to see if he throws down maybe a roach one, or he just have a spawning pool. Does he actually have a spawning pool yet? There it is. Finally gets thrown down. PsyMarth was a really obnoxiously late spawning pool. I wonder the reason for it. Is he just going to throw down a roach one right after that? A lot of the metagame against Terran builds right now is pretty much, if you scout out, see nothing fishy, don't see double gas, pretty much throw down a roach war and get some roaches out, because even though they're slow, they're really effective at killing Hellions. Hellions can't really kill them. Really, the only thing that can really do much damage against them early game is maybe this drop of Marines. Who knows? At that point, you definitely, as a Terran player, want to have tanks on the field and some Marauders to help you out. Looking at the build right now for ProfessorOak, it looks like he is rushing out. He's going to go Hellions, or he's going to go to the Slayer's S-style opener. And yes, it is. At the moment, from what I see, it looks like he is going to go with that Slayer's S-style opener. He's going to flip the reactor. He's going to flip the barracks with the factory, pop out 2 Hellions, build a tech lab right on that barracks right there. Flip-flop them again, research Blue Flame, get a starport out, and most likely go harass. Just me in predictions. Also, with that amount of money, because you're doing this, it allows you to throw down a command center, and it's kind of risky putting the command center in the way right here, but it is also has a lot of health, so in case any bailing bus or something obnoxious comes through, this thing does have a lot more health than, say, a factory or a barracks, especially the barracks by 500 more. The player for the Zerd player would have to focus down on those, but it doesn't look like PsyMarth is looking for that. You see he's getting some larvae down. Speed upgrade is on the way. I still don't see anything that indicates maybe roaches. No bailing nest or anything crazy just yet. Has a spine collar down just in case for defense. We look on ProfessorOak's side. Command center is almost done. Wow. Decided to get 4 Hellions. Oh, he didn't flip-flop them back. It looks like he's just going to research Stamina. This is really interesting. Definitely something I haven't seen, so yeah, this is already variance to my prediction. I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. He's going to rush into with Hellions, try to poke and prod. There's a couple more spine crawlers going down. It's actually a really nice wall right here. I don't think he can get through. Oh, no, he can't. Oh, no! Professor Oak gets in with the Hellions inside PsyMarth's base, and here we go. Roasting Hellions. Oh, no, don't do that, PsyMarth. He actually, a little bit better. Kind of lined up the Hellions a little bit. He's lost a few, losing a few more. Those Hellions are still alive, roasting more Hellions. Just kind of lining them up, doing a good job, kind of walling in the way. Professor Oak doing a good job. Micro, he's, roasts a couple more, and still Hero Hellion with 10 kills. Looks like he's gonna go for the spawning pool, and he's probably gonna die. Overall, really cost-effective trade right there. He got actually 15 total drones in that engagement. Good job by Professor Oak. Though on PsyMarth's side, he's actually not doing too bad. He did lose quite a few units, but he should be okay right now. He's looking for lair tech. Does have that roach worn down, and roaches do pop out. So if another push does come, he should be able to defend it fairly easy. But only problem though for PsyMarth is there is a natural expansion coming up for Professor Oak. Tanks are coming out, and Marines also with STEM. Siege upgrade is getting researched. We look and see at the units tab that there's 23 drones to 30 SCVs and 3 meals. Now, because he roasted so many drones, it does hurt PsyMarth really economically. I would say he was fine if he didn't have 2 expansions right now. And the fact that he's got 3 mules, that is such an economic boost. And you see a little bit of oversaturation in the main of Professor Oak. Does need to transfer some SCVs down to the bottom. Natural. Looking back over on the PsyMarth side of things, I like this. He's throwing down a spire. This is going to be great. One of the things that Terrans really struggle against these days is a muta contain. Muta, a really fast flying unit, can do a lot of harass. If turrets are not placed properly, it's going to be very hard for him to defend it. But there's a scan right there at the back of the base, and he does see that a spire is going down. So I'm going to assume, knowing Professor Oak, he will prepare for this accordingly, and there he is. Throws a missile turret right in the middle of base, and this is actually, I'm still having a hard time with the concept. I need to do it more. This is really nice for any Terran player. Definitely notice the placement of this missile turret right here, right in the middle of the mineral line, so when the mutas try to come into that missile turret, can hit anything. And the nice thing about it too, it's right in your mineral line, so the SCVs can repair it too. It's not like if it was out here and then it gets just pretty much picked off by a whole muta cloud. He has also another one right here in the middle of his base, so he definitely, if PsyMarth does attack with mutas, he's going to need several of them. Looking back at PsyMarth's base, he's just kind of droning up a little bit slowly. Still actually quite a bit behind in a sense, and the drone count, Professor Oak doing a fairly good job of constantly producing SCVs. This is up to 39 at the moment, 3 tanks and 22 Marines to 4 roaches, 7 overlords, 2 queens, and 32 drones. I would suggest for PsyMarth to build some units right now, because as we look at the middle of the map, there is a vicious push going, and there's 3 tanks and a lot of Marines. I feel like more units might get rallied too. No, they're not going to get rallied, but he's just going to go with this initial push, and this is going to be a really scary amount of damage. Because I like this. He's throwing down barracks, really unique. Throwing down barracks, that way he can contain. Banelings can't like hit. Roaches are going to have issues. Have a turret up right here. Oh my god, this is... I'm not going to say it's GSL style play, but it's very disciplined play by the Terran player Professor Oak right now. PsyMarth is going to have to pretty much have some sort of miracle to come back to this. He does not have a lot of mutas out on the field at the moment, only 6. There's a lot of Marines there. Weapons upgrade number 1 is almost done. Looking at PsyMarth, he's going to pop out 14 links, but the contain right now that Professor Oak has is just crazy, just ridiculous. Tank will go down right there. Another tank does get sieged. He's throwing down another turret, so he pretty much, PsyMarth is really containerized. He cannot expo. He's got a Baleen that's finished up. They're going to try to roll in there with some Balings, but unfortunately there are just way too many tanks right here. 2 tanks, not way too many. I'm over-exaggerating. But the problem for PsyMarth, he's going to be really low on supply, and oh no, Professor Oak has to be careful right here. Able to get away with most of his units, loses several of them. Tanks do stay alive. There's only a few Marines, and could these mutas clean up? They potentially could. Tank does go down. He stims his Marines. Good micro by Professor Oak. Should be able to take out most of these. The only bad part, the mutas don't really. Oh, he kind of walked the mutas right into the turret right there. And, oh, actually gets a couple of great hits. Finally, bunker goes down. Missile turrets go down. Awesome play by PsyMarth right now. Able to take out most of the units right here, but he is really behind. He has nothing left right now. ProfessorOak coming in with another push as we look. Sieges up the tank and gonna start taking hacks at the natural right now. This is gonna be really hard. PsyMarth will need to pull drones. Will need to pull something miracle to come back right now. He does not have any units. He's trying to get an infestation pit now, but I think it's a little bit too little, too late. Look at the drone count, 22 total drones killed now. And ProfessorOak is in fairly good control and potentially could finish off the rest of PsyMarth's base in the main if he wanted to. I'm not sure if he's going to try to pull back or maybe not. Never mind. Looking back at the base, ProfessorOak doing a decent job in production. Has about 5-6 barracks, I want to say 5 barracks, a factory, a starport, and is rallying more units, a couple more tanks, a lot more marines, and this is going to be probably the death blow for PsyMarth. Unfortunately, he's only at 35 supply and throwing down just spine crawlers and hopefully his defense. Once those tanks do get siege, is going to be really they're going to be really easy to pick off by siege tanks, and I don't think just 4 banelings is going to be enough against this whole entire army. We do see ProfessorOak is being a little cautious because you can never know exactly where Zerg is. Maybe he already has expanded potentially. Definitely have to play a little careful. Looks like he's just maybe going to walk around the spines, but does have to be careful. There's banelings here. Oh, is he going to kite them right into the tanks or just splits them? Did a fairly good job splitting them, and I think he's just going to kite them right into the tanks and mostly just splashed out. Infestation pit is done. He's throwing out, I think. Oh, he's not throwing any infestors out. The infestation pit goes down. Trafigula hooks and 14 links are coming out, but I think it was just too little, too late. The tank contained by ProfessorOak is just too much. I have no idea at what point will PsyMarth be able to combine. And look at that. That's ditch effort right there. That is 14 banelings getting forward, and that's pretty awesome. If only, unfortunately, these tanks weren't at the bottom ramp, I would have loved to see him just get a nice splash off on those tanks and units. But yeah, just way too many tanks right now, and ProfessorOak, his supply is just so high, 125. He's on 3 bases right now, and especially as a Zerg, again, like I was saying earlier in the TVP matchup, you never want the Terran player to have more bases than you. I am wondering why ProfessorOak hasn't decided to move up just yet on Siege. Looks like he's just playing it very cautiously, very